Everyone, Maurice from Erickson Design and Woodworking, and hey, I hope everybody had a great weekend, and and to my brothers and sisters out there, happy Veterans Day. I hope you got your free meal, and you made some connections, made some calls to some old friends, and you'd be surprised on just how much that actually means, reaching out like that. But hey, so today we are going to do a wavy flag, but I am going to laser engrave a personal message into it. And xTool, I've used this company for the last 2 years. I have the original desktop laser machine that they had, and it's been a workhorse for me, and it's been phenomenal. And they reached out to me and they were like, hey, we want to send you a top of the line laser, and we want to get a kind of an honest feedback review on it. And I was like, sure, absolutely. Be careful what you ask for, because I'm going to push this thing to the absolute limit. And I don't usually do a whole lot of, laser projects that usually are typical. I use these things for woodworking projects, and I complement other tools, in my workshop, and I try to make everything complementary, and but we'll see if this thing can handle it. But first impressions on this thing, the packaging was phenomenal. The instruction manuals were pinpoint. They got me up and running within an hour, and very easy, very intuitive, and no issues getting the CO2 laser fully up and operational. Matter of fact, within that hour period, there was a video of them engraving a toothpick, and I was like, get out of here. So I found a skewer. I didn't have a toothpick, I had a skewer, and I put some arbitrary numbers in there for power and the speed, and it did it. And so it's super impressive, because that is really small, and it has to be somewhat accurate. And my old desktop laser, I didn't really fully understand how far their software came, and it is phenomenal. It's intuitive and it's easy. So I got extremely excited, put everything together as quickly as I could, and then I ran into the garage and I was like, I need to feed this thing. And so I ended up getting a whole bunch of walnut, padok, hard maple, and I'm going to start processing this stuff and building the actual flag. So I'll leave the link in the description on the original wavy flag and how I made it. This video is going to go kind of quickly, and it's going to concentrate on how, to do the 3D mapping of the curvature to do the laser engraving. And this is very unique to the P2. And when xTool reached out and they were like, hey, we want to send this to you, that was the first thing that I thought of. And I wanted to test it just to see exactly what was it capable of doing and how far I could push it. And the other big thing is I didn't do any other modifications to this laser machine at all. This was directly out of the box. No verifying that the gantry is square, none of that. Just directly out of the box, plug it in, follow the directions, set it up, and start, cutting. And so with that, there's always challenges with that. Every tool that I've ever bought, I've always had to do some type of configuration, calibration, whatever you want to call it. My table saw, my CNC, the bandsaw, everything, getting everything square, fine tuning it. And I just wanted to see exactly how this thing, came to the door and how well it performs out of the box. But the goal with this is to use the P2 feature on how it can map a curvature of a surface, and it will produce a 3D plane that will laser engrave whatever you design. And when I first saw it, I was just like, wow, that looks complicated. And so when I started digging into the actual software a little bit and familiarized myself, it is not hard at all. It is extremely easy, and you'll see later in the video on how to set up the files and how to do the actual mapping. And it was extremely intuitive, easy, and I think I got some pretty good results. But there was a couple hiccups on the way, and we'll go through all that. But the flag right now is coming together really good. That Padoke and hard maple is a good combination. And it's not as red. It's almost an orangish red. But when you put that finish on it, it looks very rich and deep. And also, what I'll do is I'll leave some other links in the video description. Some of my favorite tools. I have the Amazon links to them. Feel free to browse them, buy something. You know, I get a little bit of a kickback on it. All that stuff helps. And right now, everything is going really smooth. And I had zero issues with the flag. The CNC was just, it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It always does. That thing is so reliable that I could never replace that. And when you start using CNC, and you know, everything needs to complement each other. And if you can try to make something that people look at and be like, how did you do that? And you know, you can use different methods, different capability, and you can mesh new technology with old technology. And as long as it complements each other and it makes sense. So when I got the laser set up, I went ahead and I've always, you know, I've been subscribed to Samcraft for a long time. That guy is phenomenal. He does a whole bunch of tutorials, different types of laser machines. He reviews them, troubleshoots them. He has just a wealth of knowledge, and he made this file to do power, speed, combination test sheets, and very simple, very awesome. It got me exactly what I wanted as far as darkness, and it really pinpointed my speeds and power outputs that I really wanted. And very quick, very simple. And I left a link in the video description to his channel. Check him out. If it interests you, buy something off his Etsy store. The guy is just phenomenal. So when I did the original, you know, test cuts, it was on basswood, and I really wanted to make sure that hard maple, that is a completely different grain structure, how hard it is, how dense, and a lot of those settings are going to be a little different. So I did three different iterations just to do some tests, and got everything dialed in, and I was comfortable enough to pick my power. Now, I didn't know this at the time. The curvature cut that the P2 is capable of doing can only go up to 100 millimeters a second. And what I chose on my initial test cuts was at 70% power output and 140 millimeters per second. And so when I got everything in the machine, I had to go back, and I was like, nope, this isn't going to work. And then I ran into my biggest issue. And where that laser sits, it's offset by almost 2 inches. So the original, 24 by, 14 cutting area or engraving area that the original bed has, that is completely different for the curvature cut that I was trying to go for. Luckily, my overall dimensions of the flag, I could turn it, go through the pass through, and I was able to get that cut. But again, it shifted some things, and it's just something that I didn't plan for. But to set up this 3D cut, it was extremely simple. All I had to do was 2 points, and the software walked you right through it. So there was really no guesswork other than just making sure that everything was true and aligned correctly to the overall XY axis of the gantry. And it was a little janky as far as moving the cutter head over. It wasn't very responsive, but again, like in the CNC world, like I am 100% used to this, and it's just, it is what it is. But that offset to that laser measurement really threw me off. And I got really lucky that I was just within specs to barely make it happen. And for the stars, you can see this first go around, I was off. And that's not really on the machine portion. That was 100% on me. And but again, the software walks you right through it. And what it does is shoots that laser and it measures the distance of that material in those points. So you can put as many, I don't know if there's a limit on the amount to map that curvature. I think at this one I ended up doing 80 points, and it mapped it perfectly. And what this would produce was a 3D image for me to map whatever I was going to engrave on. And again, you know, everything was very intuitive. The system software just it walked you right through it. And I imported my SVG in, no issues. I scaled it, put it in, calibrated it, put the power settings in, the speed settings, and I was off. And it started cutting, and I was extremely surprised just how easy that was. That's a very complex thing that this software is doing to try to do that cut. What was really impressive is it kept its depth of cut correct through the entire contour, that curvature of that flag. And that is extremely hard to do. And even my CNC has a problem doing that when I do my V carves. It just sometimes it just gets funky in how it reads it in real life and where the material's at. And the overall depth of that curvature was 1.25 inches. And you just saw there that, you know, I still had a good 1/2 inch to that front face. So I don't know the full specs on what's the entire depth that this thing can cut as far as curvature, but it's a lot. The way I had it set up, I could probably, you know, go all the way to 1.75 inches. And again, that's a pretty good, you know, curvature. But again, there's angle requirements, and the user manual will walk you through a lot of that. But when I pull this thing out, you're going to notice that I was just a little bit off. And again, that was down to that offset of how the laser was measuring the distance. And I don't know what it would take, you know, to get that measurement underneath the cutter head to increase the overall dimensions that this thing can cut at. But again, it was just a little bit off. But when I was looking at the stars, like everything was uniform. Everything was, the depth was controlled all the way through the curvature. And that's extremely hard to do. And again, it's just, it did exactly what I told it to do, even though I was just a little bit off. And so I took those lessons learned and went into the next couple cuts and had zero issues with how it ran the lettering over these stripes. But again, it's extremely fast. A lot of this video is sped up, but some of it's not. And compared to my old desktop laser, this thing is, I mean, it's 10 times as faster, 10 times as more powerful. Not really, but spec wise, but like it feels that way. And I was extremely impressed with it. So I figured I'd just do a quick plug. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, turn the notifications on, leave a comment. Again, all that stuff matters. Definitely check the video description. I put a lot of stuff in there. And all of it's stuff that I use. I'm not trying to advertise for anyone. When xTool sent me this, they wanted honest feedback, and I told them that I was going to push the machine to the limits of what I would expect this machine to do. And within this 3D, engraving, like, it did exactly what I wanted to do, and it did it very well. And I was not expecting that. And I think the results kind of speak for itself. There's a couple different little things here and there, but again, this was directly out of the box, no calibration, followed the instruction manual, got it to run, and put some material in, and this is what popped out. Just phenomenal. And over the course of the next couple weeks, I'm gonna do a couple more videos. I'm gonna do some extremely large marquetry with this laser machine, utilizing the conveyor system. I'm gonna push this and see exactly what I can get out of it. And again, hey, to my brothers and sisters out there, happy Veterans Day. Stay safe, stay motivated, dedicated, all those things, and feel free to reach out. I'm always available. All right, guys. Till next time. I appreciate it, and have a safe week.